Hello there, and welcome back to the channel again. Thank you for dropping in for another video. I am back in the woods to shoot some well, I think the plan is to do some kind of macro photography. You can probably tell I'm not feeling hugely motivated today. I think it's a bit of Sunday feeling, kind of feeling, and when I'm feeling that way, I do find that I tend to become affected more by things like Instagram and followers, and because I'm really sick of Instagram, to be honest, from a photography point of view. YouTube I feel really positive about. I seem to be getting more subscribers, regular people watching the videos. One of my friends sent me a screenshot of a notification they'd got from YouTube recommending one of my videos, so that's obviously working. They're starting to put my stuff out there. But Instagram, I don't know, followers just seem to stay static on mine. I've had my account for photography for about a year and a half, and it's on like 338 subscribers. I just don't really, followers. I don't really get it. You take really nice pictures, you put a lot of effort in, really proud of your work, and then, you know, you put a picture on and it gets 20 likes. So when I'm in this kind of mood, that kind of thing just kind of weighs me down. But anyway, enough of the complaining. I did an assembly at school last week for the children about how photography is what I choose to help my well-being in general. So I need to practice more what I preach. And yeah, so I've come out with the aim of giving myself a bit of a lift and looking to try and get some more detailed abstract images. The kind of shot I have in mind is looking at things from beneath, so looking at some flowers or plants, if there are any that I can find. Sort of backlit, but with a really shallow depth of field, so it throws those highlights and things into a really nice sort of soft blur. So I'm looking for that. But as soon as I came onto the path, literally blocking my path, there was my first shot, and it was a lovely branch of thorns. Again, as usual, I don't know the name or the proper name for it, but it was a thorny twig sticking down. And that's the kind of thing I think most people just walk past. And I thought, actually, that would look lovely if I have that really nice and sharp. And I managed to get almost like the tunnel of the path as it goes off into the distance. That circle, it took me quite a while just to get the branch right in the centre of that. So that shot's done, and I'm really pleased with that one. I spent quite a lot of time making sure I got that right. So yeah, I'm in a nice patch of woodland now, lots of beech trees. I'm also going to head over to a log that I'm told is inhabited by lizards. Ooh, spider. I'm not the biggest fan of spiders, but that one hasn't really bothered me for some reason. Cute little chap, or chapess. That's nice, isn't it? Well-being again, it's coming back towards me. There's some lizards living on a log, according to Chris Bateson, another local photographer who has a YouTube channel, so I'm going to go and check that out. I've also come armed with a secret weapon, fruit pastels. So let's get out there, let's stop moaning, and let's feel grateful for where we are and what we've got. It's a nice leaf. Right, let's see where we go. Let's see what we go, let's see what we get. So I found this gorse bush that's just right on the edge of the woodland. It's out in the open, so it's catching lots of light. It's just starting to spit with rain, but I'm not too worried about that. So I've got one shot where I've isolated one piece of the gorse with some nice, more spider, a lot of spiders on this. They obviously quite like to make their webs on this kind of plant. Lots of things to go between, I suppose. So anyway, I've got one piece of gorse with a bit of web coming away, and that looked really nice. It's nicely backlit with quite a dark background, so that's all good. By complete fluke, I was then dropping the tripod, still had live view on, so dropped the tripod down to see if I could get a better perspective. And by pure coincidence, it focused on this, I think it is a beech leaf again, backlit, really bright orange in the midst of this quite moody, web-spun, dark green, bluey kind of gorse bush. So those two have come out really well. I'm just going to nip around the other side because I think I spotted another one, another shot. Oh yeah, some gorse through a web to try and give it a nice mystical, ethereal look. So the rain might just saturate everything nice. I've got a polarizer, so that could work in my benefit. So yeah, this is probably better. Certainly got more mood to it than the other one, so I can feel better about that. So I'm going to get the other shot set up and then I can show you that one. But in the meantime, I'll show you these two. I didn't show you that one in the end because with the rain has come some wind, and it's just so annoying trying to take pictures of something really close up when it's really windy. So I did warn you I wasn't in a great mood. But anyway, so I'm just into some more of the woodland out of the rain a little bit. It's not too troubling, and actually it's a very peaceful sound to listen to, so that's good. Yeah, the other thing I will say is with doing macro photography, I'm not at all equipped at the moment for macro photography. I don't have a macro lens. I don't really have the money to be buying a lens just for that, because it isn't what I tend to shoot. But I am planning to get some macro extension tubes, which the way, obviously most lenses have like a minimum focal length. If you think about it a bit like your finger, if you put it in front of your eyes, there's only so close you can get it where you can still focus. It's the same with lenses on cameras. My zoom, my 18 to 140 lens, which is my standard kit lens on my Nikon D7500, has got a pretty good focal distance, but it's not good enough to get the kind of things that I think I've got in my head, which are really close in, where to the point that it stops looking like, you know, a flower or a plant or a mushroom, whatever you're shooting. So I might think about getting some of those. They're not too expensive in comparison to a new lens. So yeah, so when I say macro photography, that isn't really what this is. So don't worry if you're watching it thinking what you're on about. It's not macro photography. I get it. I'm just sort of going as close as I can with the equipment I've got. So there's some ferns coming up here, and we're approaching, I think, fairly close to the log with these lizards, although I'm no animal expert, but even I could work out that probably when it's raining there's not going to be lizards on top of the log, so that might not happen now. So anyway, let's see what else we can find and stop complaining. Forget about photography for well-being. Fruit pastels. Fruit pastels for well-being, kids. That could be next week's assembly. What I'm currently shooting is, I don't know if you can actually see, but there's a beech leaf again that's caught in some web, but you really can't see the web, so it just looks like it's floating, and then there's rain coming down behind it, which is lovely separation. I don't know if I've got it sharp handheld though, so I might need to get the tripod out. It's also spinning, which looks very cool on the camera, but not ideal. I'm trying to surround it with some greener leaves in the foreground. Well, that could be it. That's a good one. Really looks like magical, like something's making it float around. Very Harry Potter-esque. It's always a winner for me. Ah, so close to getting it. Oh, the camera's lost focus again. Might put it on a continuous burst so I get a few options that hopefully get it in focus, or at least in the right position. Come on. I'm just really making sure I get this sharp because I think this is a really good image. Come around here a little bit, see if I can get a portrait version. No, I don't like portrait as much. Anyway, I'll throw that up now. But yeah, I think maybe that makes up for the one that I ruined earlier. I definitely think it does with the rainy conditions as well. It's cool. I'm probably going to keep snapping away, but I'll show you that picture now. So I've just been shooting, again, not really macro photography, it's as close as I can get on my 140. I need to get the zoom lens back from my dad. He's been away in Cornwall on holiday, so I'm sure he's got some lovely shots there. But you just don't quite have the reach on this. And I think if I do get some extension tubes, it's probably the 70 to 300 that he's got that I should be using. Anyway, I found some nice bracken, and this wheat field that's been harvested is just nice and different shades of yellow, really warm backdrop to the fern. So what I've just been looking for is the best looking one. I'm trying to make an effort to, when I take these kinds of pictures, that I look for the very best example, the best specimen. So I've taken a few different ones, but I think actually the first one I shot was probably the best. So yeah, looks quite nicely silhouetted, but I think when I get it into the computer, I'll be able to lift that detail on the fern and get those greens out. So again, a nice sort of abstract, simple image. I think that's what I should call this, abstract, not macro photography. I'm just looking for abstract, so patterns and contrast. Oh, there's a little birdhouse up there. This one's definitely about contrast. And I guess the repeat patterns of the leaf as well, so yeah. But I'll put that one on now. See if there's anything else I can find. Stopped raining now, so the lizards might have come out. Really like it here. Those trees as well on the opposite side, which is the sort of back end of the wood, they're on their way towards autumn colours now. It's still a very muted version, but I think in maybe 2 or 3 weeks that should be looking good. It's raining again. Who cares? Okay, so another bit of woodland and another shot. I've just spotted this beech leaf here that was resting on these ferns as it's dropped. As you look across, you can see they're scattered all across the top, which makes a really nice image. But I'm today just focusing on closer composition. So if I just show you in the back of the camera, oh, there it is. So I've got the polarizer on because of the recent rainfall. That will have worked beautifully to make those ferns really nice and green and bring the oranges out in the leaf. I really like the sort of split tone, how it's sort of orange on the left and a bit more yellow on the right. I've had to raise my aperture. Had it sort of stopped down to f5.4, but it was really looking quite soft, especially around the edges of the leaf and around this bit where I've actually now managed to get it nice and crisp. So I've gone all the way down to f11. It's still the bottom part of the image is still nicely out of focus. So yeah, and I've had to up my ISO a little bit because it's very windy, although it's dropped now, so I might drop my ISO and see if I can get away with a third of a second. Looks okay. Yeah, I think I've got away with that. Brilliant. Right, I'll put that up for you now. Taking that shot, moved a few. I actually walked past this one first and thought that one looked better because of the colours, but actually having got the lens onto this shot, because of the patterns and water droplets, I actually think it's a better shot. It's this time it's a beech leaf. I think it's a beech leaf. Not beech. Oh, it could be a beech tree actually. It's a leaf, but it's turned upside down. So we've got all the patterns and all the lovely veins going across the bottom of it, with some lovely water droplets on top. So again, very fortuitous that I've had the weather. I didn't actually look at the forecast. It was one of those just hit and hope kind of jobs, just come out and hopefully find something. But the rain's come down, and then in these open spots, they're really nice covering of rain to give the saturation to the leaves, and some droplets to give some texture and pattern. So yeah, that's a really nice shot. I'm pleased with that. And I think I'm going to leave the video there. Stay tuned, because there might be some more pictures after that. I'm going to still keep looking around, but I'm just going to put the video stuff away. I think you've had enough of me rabbiting on. Enjoy the image and any others that I get. Take care of yourselves. Please do subscribe, do like the video, do give comments, please. And if you want to pop over to Instagram and give me a follow on there, and that's great. But I tend to pay more attention now to what's happening on YouTube. As I said earlier, head over to Instagram if you want to see my images on there. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks for sticking with the video. I've been moaning, and I'll see you again next time.